Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of MC Eternal. How are you guys doing today? How's life? They spawn more often than you think. Oh, and by the way, I did finally manage to learn how these guys work. So you're going to take the one which you get from the boss on your head, and then you hold the other one and you get a pet. And he will fight for you. Or maybe he just ignores everything around you. Weird. If you were paying attention during the previous video, there was a random footage of a crazy guy going around and destroying a village. Obviously that person is not me because I'm not an evil person. But if you do not remember what I'm talking about, it's okay. Here's a small demonstration. I mean, look, this was such a peaceful village. Such people should be banned. They cause so much devastation, and that is not good. Oh, this is evidence. Hi. And the worst part is, he left us a signed book. TNT is expensive. Make me a TNT factory. Or else. So I have to work for him. I don't have a choice. Although I'm a very peaceful person, I do not have a choice, so we have to start making TNT. Let's go through the basics. We are going to need 2 igneous extruders, and with the special augment, one of them will be for gravel and the other one for sand. Then we are going to need a sequential fabricator to convert that gravel into flint. Then we need to take that flint and put it in a crusher so that we will get gunpowder. And then we're going to need another sequential fabricator with the pattern validation augment so that we don't get any overflows in order to make the TNT. Oh, that's not the recipe. You see, I'm such a peaceful person, I don't even know how to make TNT. There you go. In order to make TNT. And obviously, if we keep everything fully upgraded, this should be a very efficient setup. But we don't want this evil person to have a very efficient setup. We're going to make it so complicated that he will not know how it works. Anyhow, I thought if we come up here, we should be able to have a better vantage point and we can determine where we should make this TNT factory, which is close to our base, so that we can keep an eye on this guy. I'm thinking about that hill. It's not that far. And it's also not very close. The problem is it's covered in Pam's Hovercraft Gardens. Okay. We need to remove all of them. And just to make sure that we're not going to pick up anything stupid, we're going to cover our inventory and then we're gonna do this. Yes, much better. Although we are going to have 5 minutes of lag until everything despawns. Just a very small point, and no, there is nothing wrong with your monitors. I have Deadly Gaze 4 for 1 minute and 20 seconds, so it should go away. It's a side effect of playing with Thaumcraft, but it's actually quite fun. If you look at a creature, they will get withered. You should be closer. Yeah, you see? It's fun. And the reason that we have this is because I forgot to take my bath. Anyway, that small point was that the golden heart from Fishes Undead Rising, which I was using in order to give me regeneration, has a durability. So after a while it will not work. So instead of repairing this guy, I'm just going to use the Hydro Heart. It's better, cause in any case my Thaumcraft armor has auto mending. So we should be fine. I'm also not exactly sure how I want to do this, but we need to convert cobblestone into gravel. And for that I was thinking of using a crusher from Immersive Engineering because it looks cool. And it would be nice if we actually use it for once. So this is the output and this should be the input. So let us see how fast this guy is going to work. We're going to give it power. And then I also made a very basic cobblestone generator and we're going to put it next to an open crate from Botania. And it's dropping the cobblestone. Good. It's relatively fast. I was not expecting that. If I make a compact cobblestone generator, it's going to make 16 cobblestone per second. That's too much. But we are going to test it anyway and see if the machine can keep up. Probably not. No, it's definitely not keeping up. It's doing it one by one. And we're dropping hundreds inside. So it's not very good. It will cause lag. Obviously that gravel is going to go inside the sequential fabricator and we're going to make flint. And of course we're going to put that flint in a crusher so that we get gunpowder. We can also make sand like that, but I was thinking that we use starlight and lava. And that will give us sand. I went up ahead and installed 3 of the crushers, and I think that is going to be enough because we do not need a crazy amount of TNT, we just need a little bit to go around. So let us give it a test. I did make an assembler instead of a sequential fabricator because I thought it will look cool. Let's see if it does look cool. it's the other way. Yes, it should face this way. And the good thing about the new conveyor belts is that when you place them, they will adjust automatically. No. Okay. You have to hammer it anyway. And just out of curiosity, I gave power to one of these guys and to the assembler. So let us see how fast this is going to be. It's actually quite fast. It's not going in. Uh-oh. Yeah, they are a little bit buggy, but now it works. So we're getting gravel, and we just set the pattern, and it should make us flint. And obviously, if you want to extract the flint, all you have to do is to put a conveyor belt on the output, and maybe put a hopper. We're going to have more conveyor belts, but I want to see if it works. I just noticed that if you have two recipes of the same type, this assembler will actually work faster. At first I thought 3 of them is going to be enough, but the problem is you're going to need 3 gravel in order to make 1 flint, and you need 1 flint in order to make 1 gunpowder, and you need 5 gunpowder in order to make 1 TNT. Why do I have an apple? Anyhow, what I wanted to say is that I added 3 more crushers. So we have 6 in total, and I think this should be more efficient. And obviously we're not going for efficiency here, because if we want to go for efficiency, we can just make it in our applied energistic system, and it's like 100 times more efficient. This is for fun. And also I don't like to spend all of my time in front of a crafting terminal. Another thing that I just noticed is that we do not have to hook up the cobblestone generators to an open crate, because we can just use a conveyor belt. And it will do the same job. For instance, I can put the cobblestone generator here, and if we put the conveyor belts, it should just drop in the crusher. I think. No. Yeah, maybe 1 more block? Yep, that works. They really spawn a lot. Yeah, it's not working really well. Okay, I actually forgot that you cannot put a sloped conveyor belt which goes inside an assembler. You have to make it like this. Okay, now it works. Another question is that how are we going to provide these guys with RF? So I was thinking we use immersive engineering because the posts look really nice. And you can also hammer them so that you get another extra bit, like so. And the way this is going to work is that we're going to connect one of them to our quantum entangloporter. This is for demonstration. But then we would be able to make wires to the relay and from there to wherever we need it. And they look cool. Yeah, we're actually going to use a quantum entangloporter because unfortunately I have a problem with keeping it symmetrical. So we do this, and then we're going to use flux ducts. In the front we're going to have a capacitor bank, and then we hook it up to wire connectors. And then of course the wire. Yeah, that's much better. Now that we have the gravel, let us try and make the gunpowder. So for that we're actually going to use a crusher because there's nothing more efficient than that. And that works. Okay, I also brought some upgrades. So basic, advanced, and elite. So this should work fine. And if we set both sides to input, we should be able to just extract from the assemblers and put it inside the crusher. Yep. Very good. And we get lots of gunpowder. And if I put a conveyor belt, will you auto-extract? Yes. Yeah, for now we just use hoppers in order to store them, but we're gonna make more conveyor belts, don't you worry. That is a treasure slime, and he's filled with diamonds. Hello. And we get more diamonds. And much more diamonds. Anyhow, I was going to try and say that in order to make the TNT itself, we cannot use an assembler because these guys do not have a smart input. So for instance, if we get extra... oh, okay, diamonds. If we get extra sand and gunpowder, then it's not going to be good because the system will be clogged up and it will not function. So for that, we're just going to use a sequential fabricator over here, I think, and we're just going to give it power from beneath. Now we need to work on the sand. We're going to use lava as well as liquid starlight in order to generate sand, and it will also give us aquamarine, which is always a nice thing to have. So let us see how close they can be. If we put the lava here and you go over there, yeah, maybe something like this will be much better. If we remove you, we will get sand, and if we let it fall, what will happen? Okay. It will stay consistent, and that is good. The thing is, we want this farm to make a lot of noises, so we're going to use pistons. And how do we power it? We put a redstone torch, 1 repeater, and 1 redstone dust here, I think. And then we're going to need 1 more block over here. Yeah. Exactly, and when it falls down, the conveyor belt should pick it up. I transferred our sand generator over here, and then I made a conveyor belt which goes to our sequential fabricator over here. These drawers are actually for the overflow in case we get too much sand, because this generator from Astro Sorcery is slightly crazy. Also, I ran into a very weird problem. The thing is, if you have a conveyor belt which is horizontal and you drop a sand on it, it will break. The thing is, if it's not horizontal, and if you drop it, it won't break. It's cool but it doesn't break. So what I had to do was to have 2 conveyor belts down here so that we make sure all the sands get broken. And since we are talking about bug fixes in the factory, I had to switch the flux ducts with conduits because the other ones would not connect to the capacitor banks. And that is weird. Let us try and see if everything works. Okay, we're getting sand and a lot of lag. Why are you throwing them? I will just cover you. Yeah, it should be fine. But this is functional, which is good. I just have to fix this. Unfortunately, the sand generator from Astro Sorcery was incredibly laggy, so I had to substitute it with igneous extruders, which drop everything into an open crate, which drops it on the conveyor belt. But our TNT factory is actually working, and it's nice. And everything goes to an ender chest and into our ME system over there. The thing is, we still have to decorate it, try to make it look nice, but I think we have spent enough time on this factory for today, so maybe we should focus on something else. And the reason that TNT is very important in this pack is because there is something called condensed explosives, which is used in ICBM missiles. The thing is, in order to make it, you're going to need a lot of TNT. So, yeah, stop spawning, please. There is someone inside. Really? Are you alone? Anyhow, last episode when we wanted to make blocks of diamond in order to get a lot of money and break the market, I asked you guys, should I make an RF Tools dimension or should we work on the farm? And all of you except one person said work on the farm, and I think that one person was also joking. So we're going to work on the farm. But apparently I did not know what I got myself into because most of you were suggesting that we break the farm so that they grow instantly. Well, I didn't want to go that crazy, because if we want to go that crazy, all we have to do is to just use a lot of growth accelerators and increase the speed. Yeah, it is actually pretty quick. That's nice. So how crazy do we want to go? Well, I have no idea, but what I do know is that we need to redesign the farm. So I have to remove everything. I got extra seeds, and all of them are 10 10 10, which is very good. I'm thinking that maybe we should go 3 blocks lower because that will give us lots of space. And in case you're wondering, that was my mana generation setup for the agri-carnation. Well, now that we have a blank canvas, let us start working. This is going to be our new pattern. Instead of going with 4 5x5s, which is 100 blocks, we're going with 16 3x3s, which is 144 blocks, if I'm not wrong. So that's already an increase. Oh, and by the way, there is an actual reason that I went with a 3x3, and you will know in a moment. The first improvement that we're going to make is that we're going to use fertilized dirt from random things, which will increase the growth of plants by a factor of 3. And that is going to be a huge improvement if it works. So let us try that. This is normal dirt and this is fertilized dirt. Are you growing faster? Yes. Okay, that's actually amazing. That hasn't grown yet. And it's dark. Let's just make a pattern for this because I need a lot. The dirt is in place and I was thinking maybe I should install the harvester and the fertilizer first so that we will have something to harvest the crops. Let me do that. This is the part where most of you are going to disagree with me and you're probably correct, but I'm actually going to go with this anyway. The fact is, I have 2 harvesters here on this side and then I have 2 on the opposite side, and each of them is going to cover 4 of these 3x3 areas. The same goes for the fertilizers. We have 2 of them here and 2 of them over there. And it's not very efficient because we're literally wasting blocks. But even though it's less efficient, it requires less ender chests, less ender tanks, less conduits, and it's also symmetrical. Because I do care a little bit about how it's going to look. Because we're not just placing blocks. Now that everything is set, I think it's time to start planting. And I really recommend that you make this hoe of growth from Thaumcraft because it's amazing. We are brothers, but you really need to shut up. It does not seem that I messed up anything, so yeah, let's start. And with this creative watering can, growing them is super easy. We're using fertilized dirt and we're using fertilizer. For our third method, we're going to go with Thaumcraft and we're going to make the lamp of growth. The question is, what are we missing? Yes, it seems that the only thing that we're missing is Lux. Why are you here? And we are getting Lux. It's actually a very good thing that I came up here because I found a primordial mote on one of the pedestals. Okay, but I do think we have all the ingredients that we're going to need. So let's craft the first one. That's the bat. Was it just right click? No, I have no idea why it's not working, so I had to make another gauntlet. You're really not working, why? I have no idea why the arcane infusion was not working, but I had to reassemble everything. So let us see if it works again. Ah, it does, okay. Weird. And our first lamp of growth. And we have the fourth one. So this guy is not going to work on its own. We need to provide it with herba and we need jars. So I just went to bring some leaves and then I noticed this tree. I did not plant this. Who's doing this? Good. We're getting herba. If I'm not wrong, we can attach the lamps to essentia tubes like so, and we're going to have 4 of them in each cardinal direction. Like so. And then we just need to add the essentia. And they're working. It takes time. Yeah. Now they're working. Actually, here's the problem. I'm not sure if it's working with AgriCraft. That is weird. Yeah, you see over here we get particle effects from time to time. Maybe with AgriCraft it doesn't work. Yeah, I do not see any particles. That is not good. I have a slight problem. So I have 4 agri-carnations and 4 lamps of growth in the center. So in the center parts, everything should grow super fast, but it's not. So it seems the game is not considering the crop sticks as plants. And that's not very good. I did not know that. Okay, let us try some other methods. There is one method that I'm sure it's going to work, and that is to use a lot of sprinklers and trying to tick accelerate them using Horologium from Astral Sorcery. But the thing is, that's tick accelerating the machine and not the crops, and I don't really like that. So let's try Root. Root is a mod that I like a lot, but unfortunately it was added very late to the pack, so we didn't use it at all. During the last update, we got it. So let us see if we can make a pyre. I think it's pronounced pyre. I don't know. Okay. Oh, we need Terra Moss. We're going to need a lot of barks, and for that we're going to need a knife. And an amethyst knife has the highest durability. So we're going to use this. Yeah, exactly. You just break the logs and you get bark. And for Terra Moss, we're going to need moss stone, and we need to scrape the moss. Yeah, we got one. This is the ritual that we need to perform from roots in order to accelerate the growth of plants. Unfortunately, it's going to require spirit herbs, which we don't have, and that requires runic shears, which we don't have. So we need to craft it. In order to craft items in roots, we're going to need a fey crafter and a groove stone. So 1 groove stone and 1 fey crafter. So for the moment I'm actually just going to put them here. The fey crafter is basically your crafting table or crafting altar in roots, and in order to activate it or power it, you're going to need the groove stone. So we need to activate this guy, and in order to activate this guy we're going to need a spell called Groove Supplication. And it requires us to have a pestle and mortar, which I just made. So one of the items that this guy is going to need is petals, and I did bring some tulips. We put them inside, and then we use our pestle. And we get some petals. And this spell has the weirdest recipe ever. It's going to require a moss stone, root, sapling, a door, and then petals. It's weird, but we do have the spell. But the spell on its own is not going to work. We're going to need 1 staff. So this is the part where I don't remember correctly. If I'm not wrong, we have to put the spell dust inside the imbuer and then add the staff. Oh, it works automatically, okay. That's fine then. Now we have a staff which has 1 spell, and that is Groove Supplication. And in order to cast that spell, we're going to need Wild Root and Terra Moss. So I'm not sure if you're going to actually need a pouch or not, but I have them in my hotbar, so let's see if it works. You need that, okay. We have a component pouch and we can put the ingredients inside. And now you should work, yes. Perfect. It's going to plant a lot of flowers and grass and everything, but you know, it's fine for now. We need to make the runic shears, and in order to make that, we're going to need 2 pieces of runestone. And in order to make runestone, all we have to do is this. And then we have to activate it with a knife. Nice sound effect. Did we get it? Oh yeah, okay, cool. The other ingredient that we're going to require is called Pereskia. And in order to make that, we're going to need the following ingredients, and we need to put it on a pyre. So you go on top, you, and you. And we just have to set it on fire. And it's done. Nice. Therefore we have everything we need in order to craft the shears. And this is the recipe, and we just have to activate it again with a knife. I like that. It's nice. I'm actually not sure how this is going to work. We just need to shear beetroot. Oh yeah, okay. Then we get this guy, the spirit herb. Another ingredient that we need is aubergine, and it's from Mystical World, so we already had it. So we did all of that to see if the pyre will work on AgriCraft. So let us see. We put you here for testing purposes, and then we need to add the ingredients. So we need a bark, aubergine, bone meal, spirit herb, and one of the ingredients that I forgot, wild root. Okay, it seems to be in order. We just have to set it on fire and... Ew. Unfortunately, this ritual is going to require 2 pillars. So let's make more rune stones, and I think we need to convert them to bricks and then convert it into the rune stone, the chiseled version. I'm not sure where we should put it, but for the moment, for testing purposes, we're just gonna put it here. Will you work now? Yes. Very good. Is it working? I mean, I do understand it's working, but is it faster? I think it is. No, I've been standing here for a while and it seems that's also not working. That is sad. Very sad. My final idea was to get the ritual of the green grove from blood magic. The thing is, this ritual will start bone mealing the crops which are 2 blocks above it. So right here, at this dirt. The thing is, we're going to have diamonds here, and then we're going to have the dirt, and then the plants will be 3 blocks above it. And unfortunately, the ritual tinkerer doesn't work. Apparently there is a bug. So I cannot adjust the range. But just for testing purposes, let us try and make this wheat grow super fast. Here, and we also activate U. So this should be really fast. Yeah, it's actually really good, because the thing is, these are not 10-10-10 seeds, these are just normal seeds. And we're also not using all the methods. It's like 4 of them or 5 of them. You know, I just had a thought. So these plants that we have over here are actually growing faster than the 10-10-10 seeds that we have over there. And the reason for that is very simple, because we can accelerate the growth of these guys tremendously compared to those guys. So I was thinking that instead of using agricraft seeds and using crop sticks and using 10-10-10 seeds, we just use diamond seeds from mystical agriculture. The only problem is I have to complete all the mystical agriculture quests in order to unlock it. The question is, should we do that? I'm not sure. If you have any ideas, let me know. We can try it next episode, because I think this one is already getting super long. Alright guys, I think it's also a good time to wrap up the episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my suffering. Till the next one, bye bye.